All right. Hello again. This is David.
And this is Aylin.
And we're here again. How are you doing, Aylin?
Good. How are you doing?
What? You're not good. You were just having a hard time before we started.
I was having a hard time with you and your over-the-top golden retriever vibe, but...
Damn.
No offense.
Yes.
I like golden retrievers.
You do?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
So,
How are you, though?
I'm doing great. Honestly,
Yeah?
I'm having a great time right now. It's just, I had this very special guest over from Copenhagen last night, and we had this friendship reunion kind of a thing. It was really nice. How's your life going on these days?
Good.
How did we get so serious suddenly? Like, we were not supposed to be serious. Yes.
Life is going good, you know. Preparing for the holidays. 'Tis the most wonderful time of the year, so they say.
Okay.
But yeah.
So, do you have any plan?
Yeah, I'm leaving the country, and then I'm coming
Like
back
forever?
to the country. No, not forever.
Okay.
Only for like 5 days.
Where are you going?
I'm going to France.
Rich people.
No. Can we not talk about the socioeconomic status of the hosts today?
Okay, but you guys know. I'm gonna be in Istanbul. She's gonna go to France.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do in France?
I'm
Why
gonna
don't you tell them?
ski.
Why don't you tell them what are you gonna do
I'm
in
gonna
France?
ski in
She's
France,
gonna ski,
yeah.
guys.
Yeah, hopefully
That's
I'll
it.
ski. I'm really bad at skiing.
I'm gonna have
so
rakı ve şalgam suyu.
honestly, I'm gonna need to be very, very drunk to ski, which is bad, but
I think it's dangerous.
I
isn't
know,
it?
but I'm really scared
I've
of
never
skiing.
tried. How does it feel?
Skiing?
Yeah.
It just feels like you're gliding on a huge mass of snow.
I could
Endlessly gliding. You're
I could
sweating, you're
guess.
gliding, your face is cold, your toes are numb.
Wait, you're talking about skiing, right? Okay.
What else?
I don't know. Like, you know, there were certain moments in my life I had those feelings. So I
Yeah.
thought maybe we were talking about something else.
Skiing is like a form of self-torture, to be honest, but it's good in the end.
Okay. Do we have anything like that in Istanbul? Like any sport like that? Are there any mountains around Istanbul we can go for? Kartepe. Where's Kartepe?
Kartepe, it's like
Is it
2
Istanbul?
hours. I wouldn't say so. I don't
Where is
know.
Kartepe?
Outside of Istanbul, that's for sure.
Okay.
But I don't think it's far. I think it's close enough for
Yeah.
like a couple of days trip.
Oh, yeah.
But I would assume that it's gonna be extremely busy during this season, because it's like a holiday. vibe,
Kartepe.
you know?
So, Kartepe, it's like snow hill, right?
Tepe is kind of like top. Like,
Tepe is hill.
is it?
In Farsi, it is.
Okay, well I guess that's correct then.
Yeah, and then kar means snow,
yeah,
so it's snow hill.
Snow Hill, yeah.
Yeah, Kartepe. Have you ever been there skiing?
No,
stuff?
I've only been to Uludağ, and that was in
Uludağ.
like 7th
Where's
grade.
Uludağ?
Also outside of
It's
Istanbul.
just that people are calling Island. Let's just go somewhere, and they just kidnap Island every
you
time.
always ask me for directions, and it's like, what am I supposed to give you? Like left, right, like sağ sol, where to go? Like how?
Don't give me
just-
sauce all.
Google it. You know what I mean?
Like,
That's what I said last
Yeah.
time. Like, how do I get there? What am I gonna say? Take the 34 bus
damn,
all the
she's
way to
angry,
whatever.
guys. Today, yeah, you don't know. I wish
But-
you could seen it all.
You know what I was thinking about actually?
What were
I
you
really,
thinking
really love ice skating. And I was
Nice.
thinking about where you could go to ice skate here in Istanbul
Mm-hmm.
because I mean it's winter time, it's holiday time.
Oh,
so
yeah.
like ice skating I think is like quintessential
I know where to go for
experience.
that. I mean,
What are you gonna
I mean,
say?
honestly, I don't know if there's any place. I guess maybe a shopping mall has it like all year. But I know that when it's snow in Istanbul, you can go to Kalamış Park in near Fenerbahçe Stadium.
See, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
When it snows only?
Yeah.
And then what do
they
you do?
prepare everything, and there are certain days in a year that they have ice skating.
Okay.
And you can just go and have fun there, and it's so nice. And Kalamış Park, it's one of my favorite parks, by the way. It's a very
never
nice
been there.
area. Yeah, nice place. Nice place.
Okay. I know there's Uniqlo or whatever, something
What's
like that. Uniqlo.
Uniqlo.
I'm gonna link it down below. I might be mispronouncing it.
Yeah.
Like I don't even know if it exists, but I think
Okay.
it does.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is
I
it
heard
a
that
place
there's
like
a-
neighborhood or something?
I think it's maybe it's a mall or something like
Okay,
that.
all right.
But there's ice skating there.
All right.
Yeah.
Nice.
'Cause I love ice skating. But
I mean,
like the fake plastic.
Rich people stuff, you know.
I'm from Russia. Like I grew up ice skating
don't
on a
do
lake. You
stereotype.
know what that's like?
I don't know what's
You send a 10-year-old child to ice skate on their own on a huge lake. Now what I think about
difficult culture.
it's just like go and you're like, oh, if it breaks, I fall and die, and
Yeah,
no one will ever
that's it.
find me because it's a huge
Insurance,
lake.
social
But
security.
it's fine. Social security?
No, nothing.
You know, once I think it was 2019 on to 2020.
Mm-hmm.
Best New Year of my life. And in Russia, we have this belief, maybe here as well, I don't know. But in Russia, they say, like, the way you greet the New Year, like, the way you enter it is the way you're going to spend it.
Mm-hmm.
Which makes sense because my life has been full of downs. I'm kidding. But,
Jesus Christ.
again
and again.
No, the one that was 2020 actually was the best New Year's of my life. It was amazing because all of my friends just happened to be in Istanbul at once. Little did we know that 2020 was going to be this thing that it was.
2020, such a year.
But we did our own fireworks and...
Really?
Yeah, and it's kind of dangerous and I don't know like why.
Fireworks.
Someone brought them and I don't even know like where he got them from. But he was just like, yeah, I have fireworks, guys. Like, let's do it. And then one of them shot sideways and like a part of it went into my friend's leg.
Are you serious?
Yeah, so it was
Are there going to be any
mess.
legal consequences confessing that you guys did illegal fireworks?
I don't think so. I mean, it's been like,
I want I want someone to take care of this. I want law enforcement to take care of this.
I don't know if it
Ruin this new year for Aylin.
Yeah, I don't know.
We were discussing that. Is there any place for countdown in Istanbul, like
I
Times
don't
Square
know.
kind of a thing?
I would think that probably people like in Taksim Square and Istiklal have a countdown,
Like-
but I wouldn't really go there, to be honest.
Why not?
I don't know. I just feel like you'll just get crushed and like, you know, like I don't know. And it would probably be really difficult getting out of there.
Oh
And I just can't imagine being in such a busy place on New Year. I think being somewhere like Kadıköy even makes more sense because it's still like it's gonna be busy, I'm assuming, but still not as busy as like Taksim would be, I think.
I see.
Yeah.
I don't think I want to be outside.
Yeah.
And also, I don't want to be with strangers, I guess. Unless you guarantee they're going to be nice.
Same.
You know?
I mean, I've discovered that about myself as well over the years. It was a lot of New Year's with strangers. And also, yeah, another interesting thing is that I guess in like Russian and Turkish culture, New Year's sometimes is like for the family more. Like it's the Christmas of non-Christians, I guess. Because Christmas for Christians is like when you sit down and have dinner with everybody and it's a family thing. It's not really a friend thing. And that's how I grew up. Like Russia and being in Turkey, it was always like New Year's is when you sit down, have dinner, like you're with your closest people.
True.
And then when I moved here and I started having international friends and I was a teenager and whatever, they were like, you're going to be with your family on New Year's? Like,
Judging you.
they're like, what's
well, that's
wrong
how
with
you became judgmental.
Yes, David. Nice tie-dye, whatever.
Oh, all
It's
right.
just gonna be roast the t-shirt.
Okay,
time
are
now.
we gonna do that?
What is it called? Not the subsection, but the rubric.
Yeah,
rubric, is that what
okay.
it's called? Yeah. Anyways, we're still waiting for the day that David wears a cute t-shirt, but hopefully it's coming.
Wait for it.
So I started.
You know it will come.
I started going out with friends and it just didn't feel that good to have like, you know, it would be like 1 or 2 or 3 people I know and then a lot of people I don't know, just some strangers who you're like supposed to be sharing this excited moment with and you're like looking around all these like faces you've never seen before. You're like, like
yeah, you gotta show them how much you love them. Yeah.
and like people are hugging themselves in like very specific directions.
Wait a second, hugging themselves? They're gonna hug themselves. Like,
I think that's what we should be doing.
that's how you do it in Russia?
No.
Okay.
Hugging each other.
Okay, alright.
Themselves, I meant like they hug each other. I think I was thinking amongst themselves.
Okay.
That's why.
Alright.
Yeah, so.
No problem.
And it's just like little sections of people who know each other, all separate and like trying not to look at each other
Yes.
because then there's that awkward moment of like, I would hug you, but I don't know you, you know?
I know.
And I want to avoid
There
that.
are certain moments in life that it's super awkward. Like,
yeah, even thinking about it.
Yeah, I've had like you enter a house for the first time, and it's like a group of friends. Everyone knows everybody.
Yeah, and you're just standing there, you're like,
And you're like, hi, and everybody's just hugging, like, hi, I missed your touch and stuff, and you don't know what to do. You're like, should I like?
usually
should
I
we
just
do it?
blend into a piece of furniture or the wall. Like I literally like I realized
Just
that.
go to
Actually, I
wall?
was reflecting on it recently, which is weird. Yeah, I just like my back is usually like on the wall and I'm just gonna fall. And I'm like trying to make sure that nobody notices me up until the last moment.
Ooh, I wish I was there.
And then I come out and I'm like,
I
hi.
can say like, Aylin is there, by the way. Everybody, look at her. She's
I'm
hiding
working
herself.
on it.
Yeah.
Speaking of
Speaking
working on
okay.
things, do you have any resolutions? The word that everyone.
Yeah, I have some resolutions. Yeah, I mean,
What are your
my New
resolutions,
Year-
David?
Okay, honestly.
Yeah. Honestly,
all right,
please.
okay. So my New Year resolution, I think I would want to work on myself a little bit. I need to be more peaceful. You know, I guess that eventually I realized that perception is everything. So if I perceive things
Oh, yeah.
peacefully, everything's. How did we get so serious like this? I feel like I'm in my therapy session right now. Yes, but
No, I like where you're going with this.
yeah. So just I guess that we experience a lot of things externally, and we are always trying to focus on how make things okay externally. Let's fix
Yes.
problems.
Yes.
But honestly, I guess
And they're endless.
endless, and it's in different areas of life. There's in your personal life, career life, family life. I mean, they're everywhere, to be honest. It's just that
Yeah.
once it pops up from one area and the other time another area, and what I realized at the end is that it's all my perception. It's how I perceive things and how I feel about them. So if I can fix the first input, which is my perception, then I guess I will have more peaceful time. And I honestly, I don't want to be, people say, I want to be happy all the time. I don't want to be happy all the time. That's such a
Yeah.
marketing
You know, that
phrase,
used to be
happy. Let's be happy. Let's just dopamine.
happiness. Yeah, the way happiness is sold to us is just
So wrong.
a little cute little packaged product of capitalism. But I used to wish to be happy. Like that was always my New Year's wish and birthday wish. I would just blow out the candles and be like, I want to be happy. I want to be happy. I want to be happy. And then only like a few years ago, I'm saying it now because I don't want it to come true, because otherwise it wouldn't come true, right? But a few years ago, I realized, I was like, what does that even mean?
Yeah.
Like, do I mean I want to be always in a state of constant joy? Because that's pretty much impossible and unnecessary.
Certainly.
You know, the things that the things that are very valuable in life are the variations, like the ups and downs, in a sense.
Of
That's what
course.
makes it all up, you know? And when you look back, like we look back on our bad New Years, for example, like sure, we experienced bad New Years,
Yeah.
but we also experienced some good ones, and, you know, we learned things from all the difficult things that ever happened to us.
So true.
So, yeah, wishing for happiness is, like, just, I don't know, I don't really relate to it anymore.
There are times you're done with Istanbul. You're like, yeah, it's just everything is just too complicated. You need to have some locations. I have these little hideouts. I try to go.
Really?
Yeah, these little locations.
so cute.
One of them is in Üsküdar. I guess it's in Çengelköy or somewhere. There's this one street, narrow street, and when you look from the corner, you have the whole view of Bosphorus, and the frame of your view are just little colorful houses and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's one of those places where, like, because it presents you with so much intensity, as we have been discussing, and difficulties and things like that, you also have to learn how to source inspiration from it, like be inspired by it, which I don't think is that difficult. Pretty much every time I see the Bosphorus, especially from like one of the hills, which I think is the greatest part about Istanbul. I think the fact that it's not flat is amazing. Like the fact that there is hills and you can go up
Seven,
and
city
see
of
things.
7 hills.
Yeah, but there's like millions. To be
Yes.
honest, it's not 7. I don't know why.
I know, yeah.
I think
The
maybe
feeling
I
is-
looked up the reason behind it, but I forget now. But or maybe someone just came and they counted 7 and they were like, the city
1,
of
2, 3,
7
4, 5,
hills.
7. 7 hills, that's it. Done deal.
Lazy maths. But yeah, so I think you need to, like, you're right, you need to find those locations and those places that remind you that you're just you're just you're just in a good way, like you're just a passerby in this, like the grand scheme of the city and the history of humanity. Like I think it's easy to be reminded of that here specifically. Like you just look at it and you're like, wow, there's the centuries of history, and here I am, like this one human at this point. And for some, maybe that may make them feel a little bit anxious. But I mean it in the opposite sense. Like, it doesn't mean that you're meaningless. It just means that you should try to pay attention to the things that really matter. And those things are different for everybody. But, you know, hopefully they're...
Do you have any location you feel really peaceful in Istanbul? Do you have any favorite spot?
I like that park. I also...
Really?
Yeah.
Same park?
I think it's the same park, yeah.
Okay, we're gonna look it out.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure, because it is next to Bozic, so I would assume that it's the same park. I like the park. I really like walking along the Bosphorus from like...
From where?
Emirgan or Yeniköy area.
Oh, that's quite interesting. I like it from the other side. Kanlıca.
Oh, yeah?
Beykoz.
Yeah. No, it's pretty there as well. It's just that I was always more on the European side.
I know.
So... yeah, I think just taking a walk on the Bosphorus is amazing experience.
Yeah, I mean, I want to ask something officially in this video. If any of the guys who is responsible for this watching this, is there any chance you can open up the bridge so we can walk on the bridge? This is like a dream. There, like there's this concern that it might be dangerous.
Yeah.
And people can kill themselves on the bridge. But the thing is, in San Francisco Golden Gate Bridge, they created some suicide barrier.
Yeah.
So you cannot really jump off the bridge.
Yeah, I think they should do that here as well.
Because I really think it's beautiful, and it's just
the only
I want to walk on that bridge.
The only chance you get is like the marathon, which
Istanbul
let's
marathon.
be honest. I don't know.
I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. Honestly, I don't want to do Istanbul
props
marathon.
to everybody
it's
who does
too
it.
long, man.
I'm not a marathon girl, you know.
Same. I don't want to do marathon.
I might be one day.
I don't want to walk like kilometers just because I want to see the bridge. I want to walk on the bridge. And you know what? So many people do that. So many people told me
I bet you though, to be honest, David, let's be honest with ourselves. Okay, let's say they open up the bridge. Like, realistically speaking, how many times in your life are you gonna walk across the bridge?
Every weekend.
That's not true. Like, that's just not true. And I think you need to be honest
Open up the bridge and see. Hadi guys, hadi.
This is our New Year's manifesto.
Yes. Okay, I'm gonna add this to my New Year resolution. I want the bridge to be open for walking. I
think there's more important causes out there.
But there's just one concern I have. I mean, the number of tourists. Sometimes there's too many tourists in Istanbul, and how are they gonna manage it? Like, is there any system they can manage it? Like, a certain number of people.
The bridge.
First bridge.
I don't know. I'm not a bridge builder person. Or regulator. Who regulates bridges? I don't know.
Bridge regulator. Okay, nice.
I want to ask you another question that you don't want to answer. What are name like 1 or 2 things, most important lessons of the last year for you?
Okay.
But make it like relatable a little bit, you know? Inspirational.
Yeah.
Honestly, make it whatever you want.
I'm thinking. Thank you for buy me some time. I need to think about it. The lessons I learned a lot. I learned a lot from last year. I believe. I guess I learned that. So I guess I'm at the end of a period. To be honest, I mean, I probably had almost same feelings when I was 19. Now I'm 29. It's end of a period. It's end of a 10 years of life, 20 to 30. I knew everything. You know, life gives you instruction book. It's like
where can I find it?
I'm gonna tell you how it works. So like when you're 7 until you're 18, they tell you need to go to school every day, and that's it. That's the instruction. So you don't really need to think and create ideas what to do with your life. And then they tell you need to go to university, and you just take your time, you study, and then you need to find a job. They tell you need to find a job, you need to pay your bills, you need to settle down, you need to find a house. And if you're
Yeah, that escalates really quickly.
yeah, if you're really good at it, I mean, you can finish the whole thing by the age of 27, 28, I guess. And at that age, then they tell you whether you need to get married or just do whatever you want. And I'm the guy who chose I want to do whatever I want. And that level of freedom is sometimes scary because no one told you how you're gonna spend time 30 to 40.
Yeah.
They all tell you how you're gonna spend time 20 to 30, 10 to 20, but 30 to 40, what am I gonna do?
Yeah.
So recently I kind of discovered that okay, let's just not panic about it and let's just enjoy, because it's like a lot of freedom and opportunities. I have infinite opportunities. I can travel around, I can go places, I can explore, I can, this just one life I have and I want to just enjoy living it.
Yeah. It's interesting that you said that this level of freedom is scary sometimes, because I think we live thinking that all we really want is freedom, but then when we get a glimpse of it, we're freak out, because freedom also comes with responsibility.
Freedom is a wild concept.
It is a wild concept. Especially, I mean, there's like political freedom, for example, which is a whole different thing.
Yeah.
But when it comes to personal freedom, like freedom insofar as you are able in whatever conditions you are existing in, it's terrifying. And making choices for yourself, not based on what other people are expecting of you, not based on what, like, I guess, like the social, the classic social structure expects of you as well. That's scary.
That is scary.
Because you're like, if something goes wrong, all these people are going to be like, well, we told you how to do it. That's how we've done it for decades before, and it's worked out for us, which, whatever, that's a different discussion, whether it's worked out or not. But, and you feel like there's nothing to fall back on, and you're like, oh my God, it's my fault. Like, I should have done something differently, whatever. But I think whatever you're doing right now is great. Just don't, like, it's your time, And I've heard from multiple people, because I have this weird, it's not weird, but I have a fear of aging, basically, and I've broken it down a bit.
When did it start?
I think around like 24, honestly.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Also, I did university late as well.
Like, how does it feel? Like you don't want to age?
I don't want my age to go up, but the only reason for that is because you associate age with certain accomplishments that I was, like, I guess, late on compared to, like, the majority of the people around me, like finishing university, for example, getting my career together. Like, I still don't have a proper career, and it feels like, oh, at 26 you're supposed to have, like, you're supposed to know what you're doing for the rest of your life, which is this totally flawed idea as well. So when time passes, actually, same with New Year's, there's a part of me that gets a little bit anxious, because I'm, like, forced to reevaluate everything and look back and judge, which is another issue, but see, like, what I've done, what I've accomplished,
Aylin.
whatever. But the reality is that I've heard from multiple people that your 30s is actually when it starts getting better for some people, which there's this, like, popular culture idea that your 20s is the time, like, the greatest time of your life, party, whatever. Really, it's a really miserable time for a lot of people, and a time of, like, you party, but you're so lost, and you put so much pressure on yourself because you think that you're supposed to be living up to all this stuff that's just imagined.
Yeah, like you feel like you have to do them. You have to live that life.
Yeah, exactly. Yes. So then you get to 30 and suddenly everyone's, like, laid off of you. They're like, yeah, man, you're on your own. Like,
that's exactly how I feel.
It's good, in a sense.
Totally.
And it's about perception. Like, how you feel about it is how you're going to live it. Like, now you're David, you're on your own, but in a good way. Like, this is your world to discover, to explore, to do whatever you want. And I'm talking to myself as well, because I'm trying to feel more like that. I'm trying to learn how to be more.
Is that your New Year resolution?
I guess so, yeah. Just be more okay with where I'm at a given point in time, and constantly remind myself that all these templates of how things should be are just that, and they don't mean much. And at the end of the day, it's going to be me living this life, and it's going to be me dying. And I want to look back on everything and feel like I've done my best for me, not for everyone else's ideas of what Aylin should be.
Yeah.
So yeah, this
Do you
turned
feel detached? Yeah. This episode is because we are talking about New Year's resolution and everything that happened. We can kind of like wrapping up the year. I feel it, by the way. I feel it. Sometimes people tell me like, yeah, this is Christian tradition, that is Chinese tradition. For me, it's just, you know, if there is an opportunity to celebrate, to think, I want to take that opportunity.
Yes,
honestly,
agree with you.
I don't really care where this tradition come from. It's just a matter of joy and thinking.
And it's not about having the best time ever. I think there's also pressure on New Year's.
Yeah, yes.
It's like that one
this
night
is
in
New
the
Year's
year.
Marketing.
Yeah, exactly. Like
you
you're supposed
gotta
to be
celebrate existence and life, and just because
I think it's just as good if you're just sitting by yourself and you're like just thinking about the world and things like that. Like one of my favorite things actually to watch on New Year's or before is like there's multiple media outlets that do like year summaries.
Yeah.
I like that. I mean, obviously, like, the things they show are biased in whatever the media is, but still, like, I enjoy it because it makes me feel kind of weirdly, like, connected and closer to humanity as a whole. Like, oh, like, look at us humans experiencing all these things this entire year, you know? Like, there were so many things that happened and took place this year in different countries around the world. That are beautiful in a lot of ways.
Yes.
And I think that's what New Year is for. It's for looking back at what we went through and just realizing that we're all connected and I guess using our successes, like true, genuine successes, to cultivate hope for the next year. That we can change things and
Nice. No, that was nice. Thank you for sharing your deep feelings in front of the camera to everyone else.
Thank you as well.
Yeah, of course. Rica ederim.
Yeah.
So, is there any place you would recommend for, let's say, the day after New Year? It's usually peaceful.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, for the day after?
Yeah, like...
Your bed. I mean, like, not yours. David's bed, guys. No, just whoever's bed or couch.
Whoever's bed or couch, really? The day after New Year? Whoever couch or bed is okay.
Your own.
Like, we had like a 30 minutes conversation about how everything should be, we have to go for perception and depth and just don't do it and stuff, and now we're back again.
Yeah, no, your own couch, your own bed.
Couch.
Hopefully you have one, you know, and just I think to be as comfortable as possible and chill out because it's a holiday.
Yes.
So yeah, just make the most of it.
Good.
Have a late breakfast.
Yes.
Big breakfast.
Sarpme breakfast.
Yeah.
All right, great.
Scramble your eggs.
I wish you have a great New Year.
You as well. Hopefully we'll be doing this in the new year more.
I want to do video call. I want to see the ski people around you. Please show me.
People?
Yeah.
I'll show you the ski people.
Okay, thank you.
We can judge together.
I want to talk to your
no judgment though.
I want to
That's my resolution. I don't want to judge anymore. I'm done with that. It doesn't bring me joy. Doesn't bring anyone else joy, you know? No judgment. Like
so
negative.
You're saying that right after we end this video, there's not going to be any judgment from your side? Because I'm going to be telling you guys about it.
Yeah. How about we keep me accountable?
Okay.
And
I'll tell
every
you
time
guys
we do
next
a review
episode,
of whether I'm judging
or not.
Yeah.
All right. Great. Happy New Year, Aylin.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you guys.
Everybody.
Yes. High five.